What has Gove said the schools must now promote?
My new DVD.
Oh, sorry, so he has to say British values.
You
do.
What has Gove said schools must promote?
His new DVD.
Yeah. Say that again, sorry, say it again.
His new DVD.
No, not you.
Is that poo in the river, said he, or... Sorry, it's, We know where it's going. Yes, said Tigger, and we're never holidaying in Newcastle again.
Why is this man in the news this week?
He's the Prime Minister of our country, darling.
This week's clip... I'm fluffed it there now. This week's clip...
You fluffed it so much
week's
as...
clip featured the leaders.
So what do you want to know about me? I like reading, cinema, socialising with friends and a cheeky farm up the arse. Farm up the arse. That's always funny, isn't it? How would a farm up the arse never not so?
I don't know. I can think of a lot of circumstances where it's not the least funny thing in the world at home, the arse.
Yeah, true.
I've forgotten.
The topic is animals. Who wants to come in? That's Romish.
There's no one there.
How shit would you be in the cast of the new Star Wars film? This is a picture of David Cameron lobbying European leaders to block the appointment of former Luxembourg PM Jean-Claude Juncker as the new president of the European Commission. Oh, I fucked it up again. It's the Juncker, isn't it? Fuck him and his stupid name. Right.
Apparently the cabinet now is more Eurosceptic, but imagine thinking that Europe doesn't actually exist. I mean, I had a near-Europe experience once when I was on holiday in Kent. I found myself walking along a tunnel towards the light. In the end, someone said, bonjour. That's so unfair, I thought I led a good life.
You're never quite sure which week Milton is actually mocking, are you?
$25 in a row. What is the question?
How many green bottles are standing on Charles Kennedy's windowsill?
Is it you've just been picked up whilst hitchhiking? What's the last thing you want to hear the truck driver chuckle as he nods towards the 24 empty rucksacks in the back?
Is it how many times does Dara O'Brien crack one off on Blue Peter?
It was unfair to draw her into a political battle. I was going to have a session with the woman or something.
Can a man not form an unnatural attachment to someone they've never met on the television without it resorting to masturbation jokes? He's just made a little shrine.
I've not made any little shrine. And can I point out, stop writing Dara fancies Connie on a piece of paper. I think she's twice been unfairly dragged into political discussions that are not of her doing, and that's what I'm defending here.
Is it for how many years has the UK finished bottom of the Eurovision Song Contest?
Is it how many times has...
We won it in 1997, happen to know.
Did we?
So, that shoots you down, my friend.
Would you like to sing us that song, David?
Well, I would, but unfortunately a court order says I mustn't.
It was Katrina and the Waves, actually.
Is it how many times does Victoria Beckham throw up during lunch?
Is it how many letters are there after A?
Is it
Cliff Richard has had 25 top 10 hits. How many were shit?
Is it? How many researchers from GMTV won phoning competitions last year?
They're just very good on those questions.
I'm going to steer you towards the correct answer. It is an education issue.
Is it to do with GCSEs?
It is to do... No, actually, no, it's through A-levels, actually.
OK. The results are getting better every year, and they have been for the past 25 years.
That's exactly right. Well done, Russell. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Catherine, which category would you like?
Politics.
OK, politics it is. The answer is 10 billion. What is the question?
Is it how many hours of community service will Justin Lee Collins have to do before a girl agrees to date him again? Is it how many undeserved chances will Rihanna give Chris Brown?
This is the news that at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham this week, Chancellor George Osborne announced that in its drive to reduce the deficit, the government will cut a further £10 billion in the welfare budget by 2017. Where's that going to come from?
Well, just checking, they're not cutting friends with benefits, right?
Still fine. That's still grand. Up to the age of 25. Who has received a hero's welcome at the conference?
Batman!
Yes, the bit where Batman came. No, not Batman.
Oh, Boris.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson said he wanted to be tough on crime. And this was after, apparently, he's had 6 bikes nicked. And you're wondering, has he really had 6 bikes nicked? Or 6 times he just hasn't got a clue where he in fact left them?
What was the hero's welcome? What did they do for him?
So they kind of clapped. It wasn't like they threw rose petals or anything like that. They were just very happy to see him.
Well, a hero's welcome. You know, in Aladdin, when he's on the elephant and it's, hey, clear the way in the old bazaar. Hey, you, let us see. It's a bright new star. Oh, come be the first on the block to meet his eye. You know, you're gonna love this guy. That... The hero's welcome.
I defer to your definition of a hero's welcome. At no point did Bob arriving on, near, or confusingly like an elephant.
The question is, would you recommend this A&E department to your friends and family? Well, what are you going to say to them? Oh, well, don't worry, you've had an accident. You're going to St Mark's, and that's got a cracking A&E.
It's the beginning of Casualty. Wasn't it? Just a man falling off his shed onto his garden rake and then crawling to his laptop to go on TripAdvisor.
Or just come home to your partner, square up and go, I'm going to send you someplace nice.
Well, I've never heard domestic violence put quite as charmingly as that.
Is it earth, wind, and douchebag? Well, David Blaine, he used to be an illusionist, and now he's an endurance performer, which just sounds like homeless to me. David Blaine's biggest magic trick is staying relevant to me.
And it's nationality. Who wants to give us? Catherine.
Hello. I'm of mixed heritage, actually. I talk like a Canadian, but I tolerate my partner's drinking like an Irish girl. I travel a lot, from London to Ireland, and anyone who's flown Heathrow to Cork knows that on your way to the plane, they have signs reminding you how many chances you've got left to get drunk. They're like 6 licensed shops, 2 shops, 1 shop. It's like, what? Before I board an aircraft filled with wine to get to the land of Guinness? And the final shop is right at the gate. And in that shop, there's a sign that says, no ID, no sale. And I'm like, this is an international airport. How about no ID? How'd you get on the plane? It is in the boarding lounge. If a terrorist manages to sneak through levels of security at the world's busiest international airport, give him a pint.
Thank you very much, Catherine.
Is it Harvest Festival attracts troublemaker?
No, it's holy F, a Teletubby. Looking at the whole picture, is it the London Underground, where sexy singles meet?
He said that he's never going to talk to anyone on the tube again. I want to be there when a tourist comes up to him and goes, is this Marble Arch? And he has to go...
Well, it's the only way they'll learn. I'll have to go through that. Hello, Londoner. I'm just out from Ireland. I was wondering what train I should... Oh, you're going? OK, I'll try another one.
I would talk to you, Mr. O'Brien.
Yeah.
I would take you to your destination and carry your bags.
Thank you very much. Well, you are a foreigner. I've been here too long and now I shun you as well. Hello.
Dora, I'll pretend I'm on a tube. Ask me a question.
Hello, sir. I was wondering if you knew this is the perfect place to change for the Jubilee line.
Excuse me, I was wondering if this is the right place for... I want to get to Buckingham Palace.
It's shameful. This man is a pioneer, the first man ever to speak on the tube. And your people, instead of lifting him up, you punish him by making him coach your football team.
Some scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area. I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, the first subject is lines you wouldn't hear in a Bond movie.
Hey, it's me, Pussy. Pussy no more? Yeah, I'm post-op now. It's going real good.
Unlikely things to hear at a party conference.
Let's get drunk and join the Euro. Here in support of Testicular Cancer Awareness Week, it's Shadow Chancellor Ed Ball. Or, still as cool as ever, it's Entourage, the movie.
In the interim, she had taught the parrot to slag him off.
You can do that with real-life kids. This is an outrage. It's an absolute outrage. I think we forget sometimes who the real victims are. And it's people like me who see the word FIFA. I know that word means football. There's a secret history that you guys know all about. I have no idea what's going on. I thought they got arrested because all their migrant workers were dying all over the place. That's apparently not the problem.
Also in the news this week, who can tell me what's going on here?
Is that Barack Obama playing pretzel buckaroo?
Or is Barack shaking the hand of the very pretzel that choked George W. Bush? He's having a nice time. No breakfast is ever made better by Stephen Harper or David Cameron showing up to it. It's not like he's waiting to start the party when Cameron gets there.
Oi, oi! From the other side, they all turn and Cameron's like, what is... Here it comes! The answer is 5, but what is the question?
Is it, how many basic bitches does it take to escort Kate Moss off an EasyJet flight?
Is that a thing? Is that like a...
I'm a pretty basic bitch.
I think you're an ornate bitch, right? I think,
you think I'm a ratchet-ass hoe?
Well, I didn't want to make it too obvious, so I've got a little soft spot for you.
Is it how many names are currently written on Taylor Swift's blank space?
Is it as a...
I know it's a song. I know Taylor Swift.
You know Taylor Swift?
Hate.
Is this what we do? If ever we mention any band and you're going to do an impression?
No, that's not what's going to happen here.
Is it Kate Bush?
Commercials that never made it to air.
FIFA summer sofa sale. Total office clear out. Bribe now, pay later. Why pay more for ratchet, trifling-ass pilots when you can get to where you're going on EasyJet? A basic bitch will get you there.
Lines you wouldn't hear in a sci-fi movie.
This man can now reach the full potential of his brain. Joey, wake up. You can tie your shoes. Reem. The dinosaurs are killing everyone. Why do we keep reopening this park? Who keeps giving us public liability insurance?
We throw it around called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask me to tell me what's happening. So here's a picture of the 4 Labour leadership hopefuls. What's going on here?
Is it AshleyMadison.com relaunches with hip new image? Is it a charity appeal? Like, for £3 a month, you could buy these deluded fools fresh water and false hope. They're calling it Corbyn mania, but you can't just put mania at the end of a word and think that it means something. Like Beatlemania, that was when they played to 55,000 people in Shea Stadium. Corbyn mania is 1,100 bored pensioners in Norfolk.
Congratulations to the Germans, but I'm going to say it. Historically, I've never forgiven them. No. Do you remember Frank Lampard's goal in the 2010 World Cup? That was way over the line. What? No way is this outweigh that.
You mean 800,000...
No wonder they're trying to be the good guys of Europe.
You think this whole... taking in 800,000 refugees...
It would have made it 2-all, Dara!
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it, Josh. The Germany's getting World Cup points for each Syrian that they let in. I've already got a $5 on a German Syrian to win Eurovision. I just like the narrative.
There is an element to which, like, Germany won the World Cup and the team was partly Turkish as well. Like, whatever. This thing does work in sport. Mo Farah, anyone? You know? Because, you know, there is another, you know, migrant came over here. Like, they will bolster your sporting chances, lads.
Mo Farah is a Somalian who acquires gold on land. Nothing I don't like about him.
On the board are 6 categories. Ed, which category would you like?
Home news, please.
Home news it is. The answer is 63 years. What is the question?
Is it how long before the Lib Dems can legitimately book a conference room again?
What unusual present might people be giving this Christmas?
I think it's actually sperm.
It is sperm. Yes, it is sperm. Yeah.
But this
not an unusual gift. Horrific return policy. Not interested.
You said 14 days.
Oh, you've lowered the tone, Dara!
How have I ruined it? How have I ruined it? Unlikely things to hear on breakfast TV.
The world of show business has suffered another tragic loss. But don't worry, it's one of the ones you already thought was dead. If you hear a knock at your door, you could be the winner of £20,000. 2 knocks and it's a police raid. Hide the guns.
The next topic is lines you wouldn't read in a romantic novel.
She felt every part of his 8 inches. He was stiff, absolutely wretched, and even in her innocence, she knew her hamster was dead. Jeremy Corbyn, you've got me blindfolded. What are you going to do now? Nothing. I just wanted to highlight the injustice of inmates detained at Camp X-Ray without a fair trial.
That leaves us with Mickey. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is food. Oh, here you go.
Now, this is one of my favourite topics because I actually hate restaurants. And my wife loves restaurants. She's middle class. She's been skiing and everything. And she loves a restaurant. She says, can we go to a restaurant at the weekend? And I say, yes, we can. And we're barely there 2 minutes, and she's like, isn't it a lovely ambiance? And I say to her, I don't know what you're talking about. I've worked out what an ambiance is. It's a night out about poor people, isn't it, basically? It's people with a few quid to say, can we just have one night out about the poor people turning up? You know what they're like. They'll be banging spoons together, singing My Man's a Dustman, creating an atmosphere. We want an ambiance. So we try and enjoy the ambiance. But something's happened spoiling it for me. There's no tomato sauce on the table. creating the situation when my wife looked at me. She said, "You're going to ask for tomato sauce, aren't you?" I said, "Yes, I am, because I'm going to have the risotto." You can't eat risotto without red sauce, it's too dry. It's a health and safety issue. You've got to zhuzh it up with a bit of red sauce, right? So I thought, I'm not having it. I said to the waitress, "Excuse me, do you have any ketchup in the building?" She's looked at me like I'm the worst pleb God has ever put breath in. She went off to the kitchen and I saw her making her way back with a pot about that big, about 2 chipfuls of tomato sauce. I thought, oh, here we go. She's tried to put it down and walk away like she's doing a drug deal or something. And I stopped her. I said, "Hold on, love, don't rush off." And I took a sip of it. And I looked at her. I said, "Yes, I'll have a bottle, please."
Thank you very much, Jeffy. Heads up.
And there they are, Scotland through to the final 16. Dear Babe Station, have you actually read the trade's description of that? A few years ago, my wife and I had a baby. Well, we didn't have it straight away. We had to cook it up for a little while. And so she suggested we go to these classes run by the National Childbirth Trust in our local area. They're very middle-class antenatal classes. They're run by this fascist breastfeeding woman. Who's basically, you can go to her home on a Tuesday night. She's breastfeeding her 9-year-old son during the session. It's not awkward. All the men are checking the coving out. It's come away up there because they should have put glue both sides. That's... No, she's still doing it. What are you going to do? And I think by week 4 she's running out of ideas, so she started on the men. She said, "I'm going to ask the men this evening, the men. The men are coming on board. How might they benefit by giving birth to the baby themselves? Can we talk about those benefits?" Now, there's 6 of us in a circle. I'm in trap 3. Not the best position, the worst one either. Chap number 1's in the best position. He said, if you gave birth to the baby yourself, he said, you'd have an empathy with womankind and her struggle over the centuries, creating a greater relationship with your partner. I was thinking, oh, cobblers, I was going to use that one. Chap number 2 dug in, fair enough. He said, well, if you gave birth to the baby yourself, he said you'd have a bond with the child at a more primeval, physical level. Started crying. Nice touch. Mother Earth looked at me, I'm having a panic attack. It's all gone a bit hazy. She said, "Michael?" I said, "Well, at least you'll be 100% sure it was yours." Mr. Von Trapp, I'm here from the council. We've had complaints about some terrible singing coming from your house. Golden, relax. We're doing a bit of dinner, mate. You're not sorting out the Middle East here.
And the topic is fashion. OK, Mickey.
Bound to be, wasn't it? I've returned to the vest. Happened a couple of years ago. I was walking through Marx's to get me pants. You always go back to Marx's. And, they know. They look at you. They go, "You come back and you went the next, didn't you? Got flash." And I saw the vest. Packet of singlet vests. I thought, I'm having them. Put them in my basket. I covered them over like pornography. Got to the counter. I said to woman, "Get them in the bag, love. Get them in the bag." Got home, I shook one of these vests out. I thought, put it on. I thought, that is the answer. The wife came home. She said, "What's all this with the vest?" I said, "I like them. I'm returned to the vest." She said, "I don't mind, but only indoors." So for a couple of years, I've worn the vest, sort of in secret. But the other day, I'd had a couple of cans of beer and I wanted a couple more, so I got up to go out and my wife said, "The vest." I said, "No more. I refuse to live a lie. I'm standing up for vest wearers all over the world." I marched off down the off here. I've got 2 cans of Stella Artois. Put one in my back pocket, cracked the other one open. And I walked back from the off in my vest. I made a discovery. You drink a can of Stella and wear a vest, you get a bit of space.
then points to Lee Flanagan.
And on Time Team tonight, we're in Stratford on Avon, where we've uncovered loads of monkey skeletons and some typewriters. To be honest, I'm not interested in all this old nonsense, really, but since the end of Blackadder, the work's been fairly hard to come by.
The topic is culture.
Thank you. I know you're thinking this man doesn't enjoy culture. Well, you're right, I hate it. Now, I am an intellectual. I know I left school with nothing, but I did go to university later on when I got a degree when I was 29. It was tough speaking up during the lecture, knowing everyone's thinking, blimey, the window cleaner's keen on me. But when I came out, when I got the degree, I thought, that's it, I'll be interested in things now, won't I? It's all going to be fine. So I thought I'll go back to the art galleries again. Went into the art gallery. I don't like art galleries. I'm never quite sure how long you're supposed to look at the pictures for. I should give you a bit of guidance, you know, because I can crack on in a gallery, I really can. 3 or 4 minutes. Boss, that's not bad, that's not bad, that's not bad. Just mess that up. I can be over by the door in about 5 minutes. The wife's crying at her Matisse. Come on, love, there's a Weatherspoons round the corner. But the other thing is, you've got to enjoy looking at other cities, apparently. The city break, does it actually exist, the city break? Is it a real thing? Went with the wife to Prague the other week, and she said, after a couple of days, she said, are you enjoying yourself? I said, yeah, I've just paid 15 quid for 2 cups of coffee. But at least we've got that bridge to walk over again, haven't we? Because I've never done that before. Or maybe we could go to the castle. Thank you very much. Who's the chap in the A team who would not get on the aeroplane? Was it A, B, or B, A? What's the name of that round thing that they throw in the Olympics? Discus.
And simply it is fashion.
Now, I'll tell you about fashion. Now, a few years ago, I was looking for a new image. So I started going on stage like this, thinking that'll create an image for me. They'll go, oh, you've seen the geezer, stunning looking, where's his top button done? But I subsequently found out the image this tends to create is you're a wanker. So I looked into the whole issue of it, and I'll tell you the situation with the shirt button, OK? So, because the people don't really thought of like that, they tend to undo their top button. There we go. It's better, isn't it? However, it's not enough. Still a bit too high. Still a bit of tension in the room. What you really want is one more. Watch. See that? It's palpable, isn't it? Everyone's going, whoa, thank God for that. That is the level of buttonage we require from a man going out for the evening to the all bar one. Very good. However, if I go one more, I'm suddenly back to being an arsehole again. How tough is it being a man knowing that you're going through life only ever one button away from being a wanker or an arsehole?
Very good. Well done all you, the points there. And go to Simon and Mickey. Come on, let's sit down.
Here, Sarge, pass us the art section out the Guardian, will you, mate? I was about to arrest her, Sarge, but to be honest, my bottle went because she shouted out, "I put a curse upon you!
Okay. Which neatly brings us to the Democratic Unionist Party, who are the new power brokers. Let me just reassure you that you may be enjoying my work or Graham Norton's work or Terry Wogan's work. The DUP are not in the whimsical end of Irish. They're not in the gentle comedy of the slightly wry look at life. They're in the chaining up swings on a Sunday so children can't play School of Irish Politics.
Why didn't you never tell us about them?
Because, frankly...
It's been 12 years or whatever this show's been going for. And you're just going, you know, all the stuff you normally say, that they won't let me fight the robots and robot wars or whatever.
Just give me one round where I can fight the robots with a weapon of my choice. And we'll see who's the winner there. Who's a Lord now, Mr. Killalot. Why have I not told you about the pleasures of the DUP? Because you ain't ready for the DUP. Wait till you meet the people who don't believe in dinosaurs. That is...
They are so homophobic, it's amazing. One of their councillors blamed us gays for natural disasters. And do you know what? I quite like those mad bastards for that sort of thing, because there are days when I feel I haven't achieved enough in my life. And I just feel they protest too much because they love a parade, and we love a parade.
One of them was on the council, and somebody applied to put an Oktoberfest, to hold an Oktoberfest, and he said that's fine, but then tried to ban beer. They're not the party.
Oktoberfest without beer is just sausage and lederhosen, and no one wants that.
There's sort of constantly been an obsession with sort of what Labour might do, and even after the election there's been an obsession with Labour ministers having to U-turn because they supported Jeremy Corbyn. But surely the, you know, DUP thing is the biggest U-turn of all, to go with the other U-turns on social care and the fact that Theresa May campaigned for Remain and is now pushing for a Brexit so aggressive Pret a Manger is going to have to change its name to Lunch in it.
This is the answer. What is the question? On the board are 6 categories. Reece, which category would you like?
I will have politics, please.
Politics? Very hot right now, politics. The answer is 8. What is the question?
Is it, how many people does Diane Abbott think are in S Club 7?
Is it, how many bottles of champagne did Theresa May pour down the sink on Thursday?
Is it, how many days will Richard Hammond now have to spend renewing his car insurance?
Is it, how old was I when my parents forgot to take me on holiday and I had to defend the house against some burglars?
Really? How many burglars?
And 2 of them. I had to booby-trap the whole place. And I'm not proud of this. I damn near killed them.
Is it, what would the voting age have to be for Corbyn to have won the election?
Is it how many people still think this whole Brexit thing was a good idea?
Is it the number of times Jeremy Corbyn has shouted, now this is strong and stable for you, whilst grabbing his cock and balls?
Feels that the sentiment is accurate, but yet somehow I just don't see him doing it.
That was a very risque joke coming from me tonight, given that I've come dressed as a brown reverend.
You are. Reverend is your look. Is it the supermodel got fired because she what?
Is it how many...
Are you booing him or society?
Is it an all-supermodel audience?
Yes.
No.
You don't boo that, it's just called you all fat.
He literally called you ugly. And he's not a reverend. He can't do... That's not God talking right there, right?
Beware the wrath of the chocolate vicar of Dibley.
I thought it was only my family that said that.
Is it, how many times an hour do I watch that gif of Jeremy Corbyn high-fiving a boob? I love it.
Imagine what he would have done if he'd won.
Is it, when I took my driving test, how many minors did I hit?
Is that what the actual correct answer is?
Yes. Yeah. How many days till the next election? More correctly, how many seats is Theresa May short of an overall majority?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown in buoyant mood, but what does ROCB stand for?
Is it what he looks like when he smiles? Is it really old, creepy baby?
Is he just really desperate about his election chances now? He's only got one thing he can do, and he's going, right, OK, call Batman.
Is it ruined our country, bastard?
Is he just giving a weather forecast? Is it rain, occasional cloud, blizzards?
Is it row over Cameron's bedroom? He's already in there, measuring up the curtains.
What are you doing? Do you think he's actually just found a way to solve the national debt? Is he going, rollover could be billions?
Is he going, there's a robin on the corner of the building?
It would be nice. It would be nice if he just got more distracted by wildlife. That would be quite sweet.
He's just trying to draw attention from the polls. No, there's a robin on the corner of the building.
It's a true premise. It's a true premise that your government's in chaos. Is that a chaffinch?
Is it what he's going to do on May the 6th? Is it going to be removals ordered, cab booked?
Would I be right in thinking the art was something to do with recession,
It would,
Dara?
yes, you would be right.
Is it recession over complete bullshit?
It is not that. You're halfway there, remarkably.
Listen, that was lovely, the unemployed people. That's it, yeah. We live in Poundland.
Is it recession over confirms Brown?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well done. Very good.
He always does it like that.
Yes, the answer I was looking for was recession over confirms Brown. This is the Prime Minister's cautious announcement of the end of the recession, although he said there is still much more that needs to be done. The Office for National Statistics revealed that this week the economy had grown in the last 3 months of 2009 by 0.1%.
Great day.
Wow. Gee, I just started that. How long is that? I don't think we expected that. We just thought, like, we expected that. That's what we expected. But that is just like... It is difficult to maintain that.
It doesn't matter, but you look like a giddy chameleon. That was amazing.
Yeah, midway through the show, if a fly goes past. All right, how is Gordon Brown doing, and who is he trying to woo at the moment?
He's trying to woo the middle classes.
He is trying to woo the middle class.
These aren't policies, these are M&S policies, don't they? He's going to change his name from Brown to Autumn Blush.
He's the most unpopular Prime Minister this country's ever had, and yet nobody in the Cabinet thinks they can defeat him in a leadership election. How crap are they?
But what you're forgetting, I think, that we don't know what goes on in the Cabinet, and everyone's got to remember that he has got one eye that doesn't work, and perhaps he would do what I would do if I was him in the Cabinet. I'd wear an eye patch. I'd sit there with an eye patch on, and I'd have a white cat.
There is a theory that Brown would put it over the wrong eye. There's also another thing that no one's going to run against Brown at the moment because what's the prize? You get to lead Labour into an election they'll probably lose. It's like going, oh my God, we've hit an iceberg. Can I drive the ship for a while? Can I?
It's like whatever is thrown at him, he still sort of gets up again. You half expect, like, Brian Blessed to just pop up every now and again and go, Gordon's alive.
He keeps on saying, I'm getting on with the job. He's like the Millwall of politicians. Nobody likes him, but he doesn't care.
But that's what I mean. He's one of those, and he's having a go, and you think, well, that's all right, but you're running the country. It's like if somebody came in and said, look, I'm not a great surgeon, but I'll have a go.
You know what? It's
basically...
Put the hours in.
I've sewn on a button, so I know I can finish the job, but getting to the stuff... I'm sure I'll recognise the kidney when I see it.
I've played the board game. I've played the board game.
There's a photograph of him and Darling, actually, which was very interesting, because him and Darling at the same time, the announcement. That, interestingly, is the £10 note that tipped us out of the recession.
But the reason why the economy's grown in the last 3 months is because we had Christmas, isn't it? And people, of course, spend money at Christmas.
Yeah, OK.
It's the only time people go absolutely mad. You don't see anyone in July going, I need goose fat, you know?
Basically, though, Western capitalism, isn't it? It's based on people buying stuff they don't need with money they don't have, as opposed to Christmas time, when everybody buys things nobody needs with money they don't have for people they don't even like.
It's a beautiful miracle. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Gove announces exam changes. This is the news that Education Secretary Michael Gove has announced a new English baccalaureate certificate to replace GCSEs. From 2015, students will work towards a demanding 3-hour exam at the end of a 2-year course rather than the current combination of coursework, modular exams and multiple retakes.
He's even invented an exam that thicker kids won't be able to pronounce. It's the back of what? The back of what? The back. Oh, give me a shovel, I'll go down a mine.
I think the idea is if you're academic, then you get a baccalaureate, and otherwise they teach you practical skills like how to baccalaureate.
The Tories have assured us that under this system no child will be left behind, but how can we take Tory promises that no child will be left behind seriously when their leader's David Cameron?
What's the, do you know what the abbreviation is?
It's called
EBC.
EBAC.
It's called the EBAC.
EBAC, which is when Yorkshire people make payment over the internet.
I thought that was something from Star Wars, isn't that?
Yes, it was. Do you know who hated the EBACs?
I bet you can't do the impression.
Skywalker! Your EBACs will not qualify you to run the Empire.
There's been a lot of debate over, whether grades have been devalued. And I was discussing that recently with my nephew, Professor Timmy.
So, hang on, sorry, because it's one of these things that I genuinely am always perplexed about, coming from a different country as I have, with my spices and my silks. To your nation. And there's so many great things about it, except your exams, which are mad. And not that the education, by the way, is great. I'm not saying anything about the education people get here, it's fantastic. But the exams are mad.
There are people who, when confronted with an exam paper, just go to pieces completely and forget how to count, and I think it's very unfair that they are marking the papers.
When
There are people who just shouldn't be taking exams. My friend Carl was at sixth form college with a girl who got her A-level results, and when she pulled out the piece of paper, the 3 letters telling her what her future would be, she went, that spells none.
People make an awful lot about the pressure that kids are under, and I suppose they are, but speaking as an ex-teacher, when it comes to exam time, there's far worse pressure on the teachers, because you have to spend sometimes 4 or 5 hours in those halls just walking up and down, and it's a recipe for insanity. I had no choice when I was teaching but to invent a game called Compile. It was just to see who could walk up and down the aisle the campest. We started off just sort of slightly mincing. Honestly, by the end of it, I was walking down a full aisle of children like this. And I knew it was time for me to leave teaching when I got to the end of one aisle. Genuinely, during an actual GCSE, a kid looked up at me and went...
So were you essentially voguing your way?
I'm not exaggerating. By the end of it, I was like...
The thing is, they want to make the exams harder, don't they? But surely they're hard enough already if your teacher is walking up and down, camping it up.
Oh, no, I'm still qualified, technically. We'll have to cut this bit out.
Really? Is that your safety net?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Do you think anybody, having seen you in In-Betweeners, anybody is ever going to...
Well, you've always got to trade. What was the problem with it?
I did a gig at the University of Central England, which is in Birmingham. That's what they're trying to hide from you. And as an opening line, I said, UCE! So called because that's a grade it takes to get in. But I had to explain it to them.
I'll tell you what, I was in an exam when I was at school. My mate, at the back of the hall went... we were all waiting to leave. Someone at the back of the hall went... Bow. And Mr Mearden, the exam invigilator, went... and then someone else went... Bow. And then... Bow. From different parts of the hall, and it led to my favourite sentence I've ever heard come out of an adult's mouth, which was, all right, no one leaves until the meowing stops.
OK, here we go. The first subject is lines you wouldn't hear in a TV detective show.
The suspect has got a gun, but it's OK. Gaz has arrived and he's brought chicken and a fishing rod.
I'm not doing it. This is a midwinter murder. It's freezing. It's not in the contract.
And as you can see from the samples we've taken that we've scraped from under her fingernails, she was manky.
He were a policeman that got hit by a car and thought that he'd woken up in 1970. He were wrong. It were present day. This is CSI Hull.
Sergeant, if you look closely, there are semen stains all over these bed sheets. Let's book into the Holiday Inn instead.
Poirot, you've done it again. You've bored me shitless for the last 2 hours.
So that's it. At the end of a 3-month investigation, that is it. It's Colonel Mustard in the living room with a lead pipe.
Inspector, has anyone ever said that you look an awful lot like David Jason from Only Fools and Horses?
Yes, Miss Marple, we've had the lab results back, and it's very interesting. Actually, it's thrush.
He fits the profile. This is going to be a really boring episode of Hole in the Wall.
You're probably wondering why I've asked you all to gather here in the library. Sorry.
Probably wonder why I've asked you to gather in the library.
It's the TV presenter Noel Edmonds. Have you any idea why he was killed? It's the TV presenter Noel Edmonds.
Ken Stott is Detective Inspector David Sod in Sod's Law.
Well, we know now who's responsible for the killing. It's society, yeah? Yeah, you want to think about that, hmm?
The body is that of Eamon Holmes. We may need a little more chalk.
We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of the Prime Minister, the American President and the Chancellor of Germany. Well, what does CIDW stand for?
Is it in fact all they've achieved at the G20? Checked in, drank wine.
Is Merkel saying, Cameron, it's Denzel Washington?
She presumably is suggesting an answer to the crisis, isn't she? She's saying, call in Darth Vader.
Or she's saying, careful, I declare war.
Is it in fact Cameron interrupts Dirty Weekend?
Is it Cameron introduces drunk woman? Because she does look a bit.
She looks leery anyway.
I reckon it's Merkel's going to the vending machine to get some snacks, so she's checking the order. She's going, is it crunchy, ice cream, Diet Coke, what's it?
Is it David Cameron saying, children, damn, where?
Is it Angela Merkel saying, I have lived my life like a candle in the wind?
I've heard a lot of bad things about Men in Black 3, but it looks pretty good now they've cast Angela Lansbury in it.
Can I get the correct answer, please?
Is it Cameron issues dire warning?
That's very good. Well done. Thank you very much, Chris. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with the subject. Let's spin the wheel. And subject is work.
The pollen count. That's a difficult job. Easiest job in the world, of course. Australian psychiatrist. G'day, g'day. How you doing? No worries. Next. I lost my job with lastminute.com for being persistently late. I lost my job as a cricket commentator for saying the words, I don't want to bore you with the details. If they make it illegal to wear the veil at work, beekeepers are going to be furious. My wife, it's difficult to say what she does. She sells seashells on the seashore. Some people say the firefighters deserve more money, but apparently a poll was taken and they all fell through a hole in the floor. Sometimes I wonder what my grandfather would think of what I do. He spent his whole life in the kebab business, was buried with all his equipment. He's probably turning in his grave.
Thank you very much. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely small ads.
Hello, my name's Ads.
For sale, 1 tent. Please contact the BBC.
Genuine single man looking for a relationship. Call this number. If my wife answers, hang up.
Free to good home. Fucking printer.
Phone to hear my talk about how I became obese. 888-8888.
Rubbish collection services. Yep, we are genuinely shit at it.
I saw you on the tube. You were wearing the pink sweater with your hair pulled back. I had my cock and balls out.
Do you want a hard-working plumber for a reasonable rate? Then you shouldn't have voted for Brexit.
Learn English on Owner Home. Good examplings, quick books, disbelievable price. You buy?
Applications are now open for the Donald Trump School of Talking to Women, because those bitches are not going to interrupt themselves.
Wanted, the internet, as I seem to be the only person in the whole bloody world still using the small ads.
Have you lost a ginger cat? Check the top of Donald Trump's head.
Phone to hear my talk about my reaction to eating a South African bishop. 000-00822.
Respectable middle-aged lady would like to meet gentlemen for cosy nights in, country walks, theatre visits, and occasional eye-popping anal.
OK. The next topic is things you wouldn't hear on a TV cookery show.
Hi, I'm Nigella Lawson, and before I bake any cake, I like to chop my flour into lines.
You can see that's rising nicely. It does that every time I think about how much money Channel 4 are going to pay me.
Hello and welcome to Can't Cook, Won't Cook. Today we won't be making anything. Goodbye.
Coming up next on Saturday Kitchen, whatever we want, because we know you're too hungover to change the channel.
This is a hot pot.
This is a fucking hot pot!
So, if you want to bone a chicken, what you need to do, take it on a couple of dates, and then invite it back, put on some romantic music, and let nature take its course.
There is a bit of a problem on this week's food and drink. I've finished all of it.
This is a Thai chicken curry, or as I like to call it, hot Asian cock.
OK, Sam, let's see what you've brought in your bag of ingredients. It is a pint of wine and a large Malteser.
Right, welcome to Southern Cooking for Northerners. First up, quinoa. What is it and why it can fuck off?
Well, if you're going to pop it in, don't forget to cover it first. I didn't, and that's why I'm making paternity payments.
Hello, I'm Greg Wallace, and this series of MasterChef, we won't be using plates. We'll just be eating off my shiny, shiny head.
Hello, it's Nigella Lawson here again. I'm just going to say the word spatchcock for no reason. Spatchcock.
Anyone can make this. You can't, Beatrice. Sorry, you can't beat rice.
Let's just all go home. Yeah, let's just go home.
Welcome. Welcome to Great Indian Bake Off. I'm Paul Bollywood.
Hello, I'm Jamie Oliver. Welcome to my new show, Stick a Bit of Fucking Sugar in It.
OK. At the end of that round, Portugal and Nish, Zoe and Josh. Now we play a round called You've Got to Be Corbinit to Win It. This game involves Nathan Caton and Ed Gamble, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first topic is home life. Nate.
Yeah, I could talk about home life. I still live at home with my mum still. Thanks for the judgmental silence. Yeah, I live at home. My mates give me the most stick for it, because I'm the last one in my group of friends who still lives at home with my mum. They've all moved out, so they see me as a mummy's boy. And every time they see me, they're like, Nathan, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you still at your mum's, man? Aren't you embarrassed? Why are you still at your mum's? Why are you still at your mum's? It's like, I live in West London. Have you seen house prices? I'm not going anywhere, man. If anything, I'm looking at my mum thinking, when are you going to bloody leave? Stop clinging on. Let it go, woman. She's gonna slap the black off me when she sees this. So, yeah, I like peace and quiet. Although, to be honest, at home, I'm not getting a lot of peace and quiet at the moment, mainly because of my mum and my stepdad. They got married quite recently. And I'm happy for my mum. You know, she's found happiness. She deserves it. However, at the moment, they're going through that honeymoon phase where they're having sex all the time. Yeah, it is bloody disturbing, man. Because my bedroom is, like, right next door. So, like, every time they do it, I hear everything. Like, a few Saturdays ago, right? It's late at night. I'm about to go to sleep. From next door, I can hear my stepdad going, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Say something nasty, say something nasty, say something nasty. So I screamed out, you're not my real dad!
Thank you very much, Devin. OK, that leaves us with Ed. Let's see what topic you've been left with. And the topic is diet.
I hope this isn't just a hint that I need to lose weight. Because I've lost quite a lot of weight recently. Anyway, I've lost about 6 stone in the last 3 years. Cheers, guys, thanks. I mean, no. Too late, you went with the British reaction. Thank you very much. Just couldn't give a shit, mate. Carry on. We don't... Stop showing off. We don't want to hear about it. Found myself in a bit of a nightmare situation recently. I went to the Middle East to do some gigs. Now, that bit was nice, that was lovely, but they put you up in a hotel where the food is all-you-can-eat buffets 3 times a day for 10 days. Now, this is a nightmare scenario for me because I cannot be trusted at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Sometimes I don't even remember the buffet bit. All I remember is picking up a plate and I'll wake up 6 hours later covered in rice and sauce. And I can't theme a buffet. I can't theme a buffet either. I won't pick up a plate and go, oh, I'll have some rice, I'll have some curry. Well done, Ed, you've made yourself an Indian meal. Won't do that. I'll get a plate, I'll get a spoon, and I'll run along the full line of trays, just scraping food from every nation onto it until I've got some sort of plate Pangea, just an unidentifiable mass, just Spanish food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Indian food, coffee, sushi, just horrible. Just wedge my face into it, everyone going, is that man all right? Don't look at me! I'm having a buffet! Just food from all over the world. My body for 10 days had no idea where I was on this planet. I went for a shit 3 days in, a UN flag came out.
Well done. Jenna and Porco de Gambo. Come on back. Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Good God, it's Margaret Beckett, isn't it? From the first Labour government. Do you know, I'm beginning to wonder how recent this footage actually is. Oh, lovely, a train in a box. That's odd. Mummy normally gives me a Twix and a lump of organic cheese. Still, never mind, stick that on eBay. So this will be your driver, Dave. Hello, Dave. I love you. So you drive this, do you? Yes, I bet you've got a tale or two to tell.
Yeah, well, actually, it has been hairy a couple of times.
I bet it has. Yes. Do you know, I quite fancy doing your job.
Yes, and I quite fancy doing your job.
Well, that's not going to fucking happen, is it? Can I have a go?
No, I'm afraid it's against regulations.
Is it? Is it? Now, Dave, think very carefully. Yes, I think that's the right answer. Nobody wants to be force-fed organic biscuits. Anyway, let's have some fun. This is an impression. This is the British economy. It's going backwards. Yes, I'm here all week. Don't worry, I understand about trains. Now, tell me, Dave, can this go sideways? does he? It's backwards and forwards. Why don't we just concentrate on driving the train? So just push the lever forward if you go... It's a lever, is it? I thought it was an enormous licorice all-sort. What do I do? Just push it forward, do I? Oh, yes, look, we're going. Well, this is a piece of piste. You're stealing a living. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, my arm's stuck. I think... Hang on, Dave, my arm's locked. David, my arm... Dave, my arm... I can't stop. My arm's locked. His arm's locked. My arm's locked. I can't... Oh, my God, where are the brakes? Where are the brakes? They're out of control. I can't stop it. Got you there, didn't I, David?
Well done, you did us.
Things you wouldn't hear at a party conference.
Muscle top!
Why are we having this conference in Blackpool? 2 words. Cheap cocaine.
Jeremy Hunt is having a heart attack. Is there a doctor in the house? Why are you laughing?
So, we'll be having one speech from a Remainer, a speech from a Brexiteer, another speech from a Remainer, another speech from a Brexiteer, and then Boris Johnson will drop his trousers. So that's in, out, shake it all about.
What this conference has taught me is this party needs more women, because the hotel bar last night was an absolute sausage fest.
Welcome, delegates, to this year's Liberal Democrat Conference. Conference.
So to those who say we have alienated too many groups in society to get elected, let me say this. Fuck off.
I know some of you have been challenging my leadership. And to you I say, bring it on, ya ball bags.
Some have said that the Labour Party has lost contact with its working-class roots. But I say to these people the same thing I said to my driver this morning. Do not address me directly.
So, now we've sorted out Brexit.
They told us Brexit was undeliverable. They told us Brexit was unworkable. But where are they now? They are outside with banners saying, I told you so.
Right, it's the Green Party conference, and now it's time to break for lunch. Who ordered the veal?
I'm afraid Rhys Mogg can't be with us today. Someone hung garlic at the threshold and he can't pass through.
So everything is still on the table. Why has no one cleared the table?
It's incredible to think that some people think of us as a cult. Anyway, could you all just line up while Jeremy Corbyn chooses his wives?
Of course the Tories are like regular people. You should have seen us in the bar last night. Giles's wet nurse downed a whole bottle of port.
We have had soft Brexit. We have had hard Brexit, but now we have a more digestible alternative. Ready Brexit. We've had reports of an iceberg, but don't worry, no ship has ever been sunk by a lettuce.
Hello and welcome to Ryanair Cruises. The following safety announcement is incredibly vital if you want to stay alive. And if you'd like to hear that, that'll be an extra £5.
No, we very rarely get any injuries from people playing quoits. You were just unlucky to be sunbathing naked with an erection.
Oh, yeah, we were on this last year when it sunk. If you look to your left, there's a man eating squid. After that, he's having chips.
I would like to apologise for the rocking of this boat, but we are currently being humped by a whale.
Hey, thanks for coming to the show. I've got to be honest, it's been a while since I've sung this one. Do you want to be in my gang, my gang?
Welcome to Rita's Erotic Ping Pong Bingo. Two fat ladies, eh? Oh, the threes, 33. Oh, some hobnobs.
For those of you gathering on the car deck, I said we would soon be docking, not dogging.
I'm looking for a really old husband with money. How's your heart?
Yeah, I'm in the cabin next to yours. Could you be a bit noisy when you're having sex?
There appears to have been an incident in the swimming pool. If a Mr. Barrymore could contact the captain.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Chris, Hugh and Sarah.
Now we play a round called Angela Smirkle's Comedy Bailout. This game involves Nathan, Chris and Andy, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. The first subject is finance. Can I have somebody to go in and talk on that? Andy.
So, you can argue a lot of people have got too much money, couldn't you? I would personally argue anybody who ever bought the autobiography of the talking meerkat, Alexander Orloff, you have too much money. Anybody who's ever bought glow-in-the-dark loo roll, you have too much money. Anybody who's ever bought a cosy sofa blanket with sleeves called a slanket, you know who you are. Also, anybody who's ever bought an innocent smoothie. How expensive are they? £2.49 for a bottle the size of a specimen sample. And they have the cheek to call them innocent. Ladies and gentlemen, go to a supermarket, buy yourself a banana. It will cost you 20 pence. Take a big bite, go, You would have saved yourself £2.49.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is health. Who wants to come in on that?
Right, health. I actually don't have that good a relationship with my GP. For one reason and one reason only. Up until the age of 17, my GP had me on their records as a woman. But yeah, they had me on their records as Miss N. Caton. And then one day they sent me a letter in the post addressed to Miss N. Caton. Now, because I'm 17, I don't really pay attention to the detail. I open the letter, and the letter says, Dear Miss N. Caton, your doctor surgery would like to invite you to attend a cervical screening next Monday at 9. Now, this is where I messed up. See, at 17, I knew what cervical was. That's obvious, right? But what I didn't know was that there's more than one meaning for the word screening. I thought screening was like, you know, you're screening a film. So, when it said we would like to invite you to attend a cervical screening, in my ignorant, naive 17-year-old brain, I honestly thought I was being invited to watch a movie about women's genitalia. Right? Now I'm 17, I'm horny, I'm a virgin. Am I going to go? You're damn right I am. So next Monday morning, I go to my GP, I get to the reception, it's full of women, doesn't put me off. Right? Walk up to the receptionist, I go, hey, how you doing? I'm Nathan Caton, I'm here for the cervical screening. She looks up, sees me standing there with nachos, popcorn and pick and mix. Starts laughing in my face.
OK, that leaves you with Chris. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is relaxation.
We're obsessed in this country, obsessed with relaxation. Currently, Waitrose, in their essential range, sell Waitrose Essential Lavender-Scented Candle. Because we've all been there, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? There are no lavender candles in the house, darling. How am I to have a petal-strewn bath with my whale noise CD? Whale noise CDs. We are gullible bastards. We will buy anything so long as we've been told that it's relaxing. Whale noises? No. Are you relaxed? I've never been more at peace. I saw a CD once called Relax with Pure Scottish Moods. Relax with Pure Scottish Moods! Relax! Track 1, bit chippy. Track 2, slightly resentful in the country in the first place. Track 3, go, you bastards!
Very good, well done there. Point to Chris, congratulations. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to read in a political memoir.
So we were playing Truth or Dare, and I didn't want to tell the truth, so I shagged Edwina Curry.
Big Ben struck 12 and stopped. Thank God. My buttocks were on fire.
I thought I'd pressed the button that summoned the tea lady. Imagine my surprise when it turned out I'd bombed Russia.
I think the greatest thing about meeting the Queen was listening to him singing Candle in the Wind.
Say what you like about Robert Mugabe, but that moustache makes all the difference to foreplay.
I suspected that John Prescott was having an affair when the four legs of his desk came through the ceiling above me.
I was actually at college with Saddam Hussein. We were at Sussex together doing chemistry and combined inhumanities.
At the start, there were 3 women in the cabinet, 5 in the cellar and 2 under the patio.
Deciding to go to war was one of the tensest games of eeny, meeny, miny, mo I have ever played.
We'd sometimes break up boring cabinet meetings by convincing David Blunkett he was black.
Oh, when we got into Bosnia, the first thing we did was get the United Nations troops setting up trestle tables with plates of cheese straws and sausage rolls. But it turns out we were supposed to provide a buffer, not a buffet.
John Prescott, a book by me.
Take that, you bastard, he said. No one fucks with Mahatma Gandhi.
What do you want for Christmas this year?
I don't know. I don't want anything for Christmas.
Hand job off an elf.
The number one gift apparently for kids this year?
Nerf guns. The Nerf gun is 64 quid. You could go to America and buy a gun for less than that.
Actually, it's like it's a ludicrously scary thing, the Nerf gun. This is the current...
Hey, don't put
point that there. Hey, point that over somewhere else.
I promise I'll do really, really careful. I wouldn't dream of doing that to you. Of all the people here, you were the last person that I would fire the boom. Hang on. Oh yeah, there's 3 things you can do, right? You can do this big one here.
What?
Right.
Listen, Nerf is how I did this to my eyes. So I'm just saying. I'm just warning you.
Okay, cool. I'll get him instead. Right, okay, Grant. Are we okay to sacrifice you for this? And then you can do these.
I guess so.
I bet you could catch one of your
certain
teeth,
there's an instruction manual that says do not aim at people's faces.
Yeah,
Please remember that I am a special man with special powers and do not try this at home.
How far will it get? How far do you think it'll get?
I don't know, but if he hits any of you, sue the shit out of you. All the money they're saving on Bake Off now can go to you.
Can you get to the back? I mean, because this is... I feel it can be unnecessarily powerful, this thing.
Yeah.
OK, so let's decide the back.
I certainly feel that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, nah. Good catch. Well done. Respect. That is, I'm estimating 7 gardens away.
So you asked, what do you want for Christmas? So you could then shoot us.
Why would you want to be given clothes as a Christmas present in Iceland?
Because it's really
cold.
cold.
It's cold.
It's freezing there.
It's a land of ice, Dara.
Is it because you can take them back and get the money back in exchange for the clothes?
No, it's not that perfectly practical good reason to get clothes.
Yeah, because clothes is just a good present wherever you are.
Oh, God, yes, I know. OK, the question...
Because people don't have
I'm sorry,
clothes.
are you getting exasperated at us, trying to think of humorous answers to ridiculous questions that you're posing? Should we just try our hardest to come up with the correct answer? Would that slightly miss the point of a comedy quiz?
No. Is it because normally they sell frozen food?
The reason you should be given clothes as a Christmas present is to stop you getting eaten by the Yule cat. Yule Kuterin.
I wonder why you didn't get the QI presented. There's got to be one show you don't present, hasn't
There has to be, yeah. What might you expect to eat at Christmas in Japan?
Food.
Yes.
Sushi.
No.
Sashimi.
No. Don't just name all Japanese things you can think of.
Wagamamas.
No. A bucket of...
Eels.
No.
Turkey.
That's not a clue.
It's a really good clue. A bucket
Fried chicken.
Of fried chicken.
Is it fried chicken?
It's fried chicken, Nish. Not just any fried chicken.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fried chicken. Since 1974, KFC has marketed itself in Japan as a Christmas food.
Oh, very clever.
With the advertising phrase, Kentucky for Christmas. That's... Look.
I beg your pardon. Say that again.
Kentucky for Christmas.
Yes, the answer we're looking for was by how much money is the forthcoming Rugby World Cup expected to boost the economy in the UK? The tournament, which is being hosted by England for the first time since 1991, begins on Friday and is expected to attract almost 500,000 overseas visitors. Is people getting excited?
Yes, there's only one sleep until the Rugby World Cup, and then 25 more sleeps. There's a snooze spirit because it's so boring.
You sleep at 45, it goes on for a while, actually. You're excited, you...
Yeah, I'm
Andy likes
excited.
it,
I'm
yeah.
excited, yeah, you know. There are very few games where before you go out on the pitch, you decide there's probably a need for you to gaffer tape your own ears to your head.
What do they have to do?
Yeah, they do. In case people bite them, in case people chew their ear. Yeah.
But and not like in a nice nibbly way, like, oh, this is you're playing really well.
It's a...
That's what we do at netball.
Yeah, it's the only sport with the opening ceremony is a doctor just explaining concussion.
That's one thing I do find fascinating is that how well behaved they are in rugby. It's like I'm used to football where like they argue all the time. Like rugby's like cricket in the sense that they just obey. Like in cricket, if you're given out, you don't argue. It's like why are you not arguing? The umpire's an old guy with a cardigan. You're a young athlete with a bat. You can make him change his mind.
somebody sent me the Ireland jersey. The company who makes them sent me the Irish jersey in large, and it's ludicrous. It is like a child's t-shirt because they wear them out incredibly tight so that no one can grab them. There's nothing to hold on to anymore. So it's all changed. And I put it over my head with my hand to it, and then had to get somebody to roll it down my torso. And then
you look a bit like the thing at the end that they throw the ball across. Be like that, and then
Sarah,
they throw it.
before you make jokes like that, you need to make sure you know posts as a word.
It's not netball. You don't throw the ball over the post. It'd be wonderful at the very end of the World Cup final. They just threw the ball over the post. Right? Yay! That's not how you score.
You're too confusing.
OK, so kicking, though. So you kick it through the post. And then the game's over.
And no.
This is such a happy day for me that somebody on the show knows less about sport than I do. I'm sitting here now, I feel like Eddie Waring.
Eddie Waring, who was rugby league. In the line-out, what happens is they throw the ball in, and it's a bit like cheating because two of them can lift up a player so as they jump higher to get it, right? But you think if there's 8 in the line-out, why don't they take the cheating further, get 3 of them to lift up 2 of them to lift up 1 of them?
Makes no sense. And it's weird. It's like Strictly or something. They're all standing there, and suddenly from nowhere, one of them just appears out of the water. Generally, they're actually reaching for the ball. They should do more.
They should play the music from Dirty Dancing when that happens.
That'd be fantastic. The time of my life.
So the person who gets lifted up, do they know it's going to happen, or is it surprise? You two suddenly lift me, like, oh my God, I never knew. I'm the chosen one.
Sometimes they think it's the rapture. And they think, oh, take me now, Lord. Oh, no. And then they're immediately run over by 8 Frenchmen.
They put UKIP all in a line.
I can show you what UKIP all in a line. UKIP. If you put up a banner, like, for example, after you've just been lost a by-election, it doesn't read as UKIP. It very clearly reads as Pookie. I'm voting Pookie. What does Pookie mean in Malaysian?
It's a word for a female set of genitalia.
It's vagina! Pookie is one of the many Malay words for vagina. You know what the other Malay word for vagina is?
Is it vagina?
No.
Is it BNP?
Yeah, it's not.
It's Farage, isn't it?
Farage, spelled F-A-R-A-J. Farage also means vagina. The Malays have so many wonderful words for vagina, and all of them are nicer than the word vagina.
Maybe that's why he wants independence from all other countries, because Farage means fanny in all those countries. So I'm sick of it.
It doesn't affect your political career. There is genuinely a member of the House of Lords called Lady Garden.
How did Farage upstage the new leader? What did he do?
Oh, did he go swimming naked?
He did go, yes.
Well, pants on, skinny dipping, they've called it.
It's a very odd celebration, though, isn't it? To celebrate leaving Europe by stripping off and swimming towards it.
Yeah.
I think... Serious suggestion here.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, by the way. I realise I haven't said hello to you today.
Hello, James. Good to see you.
Hello, good to see you all. My main point...
I would like to compliment you on managing to find a jumper. This is the exact same colour as your hair.
Thank you.
It's very good.
And my shirt.
And your shirt.
I'm working on my skin. I'm hoping this suit I can just be completely in mustard and then hide in Coleman's.
Not to seem, churlish, but can we return to the topic at hand?
Absolutely.
Can you remember what the topic was?
It is illegal to be naked in public.
Oh,
so he did.
it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't take all your clothes off. Yeah, and so.
Actually, of course it is.
I think people are really.
Why did I for a second doubt that? I apologise.
Like, is it?
That's an interesting window on my views. What's wrong with you people? Just be relaxed. God's sake.
Behind desks.
They're just bodies.
He really hasn't retired, has he? So he's been to America, hasn't he? And he's worked with Donald Trump, hasn't he?
He has. He's appeared with
Donald Trump. And in America, he's known as Mr. Brexit.
Well,
which
Trump
sounds like a sort of 1970s men's clothes shop to me. Where do you get your shirt? Mr. Brexit.
In Malaysia, Mr. Brexit means vagina. Did you know that?
What new challenge is Theresa May facing?
Oh, there's a group. A group has been set up.
Yes.
I believe they're called Leave Means Leave.
Yes, they are.
And they're saying, we want Brexit now, hard Brexit.
This whole thing feels like a really horrible game of would you rather, but they're both things you don't want. Like, would you rather have massive hands, but they're not attached to your body, or tiny hands, but they're strangling you? Wait, one of them means you're racist. It's too hard.
It must be so hard for it. It must be so stressful, so confusing. Because I tried to switch from BT Sports to Sky Sports, and I ended up crying and just having both.
I think I might have an idea in terms of solving, basically, because half of the country want to leave and half of the country or slightly more want to stay. Why don't we do a Robbie, like, where we leave, but we come back for big concerts?
Yes.
So, like, everyone's OK about it, the fans are happy when he does turn up, what a great surprise. But actually, most of the time, he's not in the band.
So, sort of unexpectedly, yes. So they have, like, the European things where there's 27 of them around and they're all just swaying gently, and then it's like,
I would rather have big hands, but they're not attached to my body.
Fair enough. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Good.
In other royal news, who's been found in a car park in Leicester?
Stan Collymore.
This is Richard III, isn't it?
It is Richard III, yes.
Do you know about Richard III?
I know a little bit about Richard III, yes.
Well,
although my image of Richard III would be kind of, because we weren't taught a lot of that in school, is of the Shakespeare...
So he was...
I think that was...
Skywalker! Your friends cannot save you now! Death Star will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
You get a different version. You get a different version to us.
Richard III was the man who lost the War of the Roses to Alan Titchmarsh. And he died at the Battle of Bosworth, and his remains have been found under a car park in Leicester, which is great, but they don't know what to do with him, because he's lost his ticket and he's got £6,000 in back payments. He's got to pay another 50 because he's buried across 2 spaces.
I'm amazed that anyone's shocked about finding him. The state of car parks these days, you can't walk 10 feet without putting your feet in a Richard III.
It's not a big deal either, is it? They found him in...
It's not a big deal.
They found Richard... It's not a big deal. They find Prince Harry in a skip most weeks.
I think it's an amazing addition to Leicester's Hall of Fame. They've got Engelbert Humperdinck, Shawaddy Waddy, Rusty Lee, and now Richard III. It's the worst variety show of all.
All MC'd by Gary Lineker.
Please tell me that he comes on at the end.
I'm suspicious it is Richard III, but firstly because, you know, they didn't have car parks in the olden days, and also because they found the bones in a small cardboard box labelled Southern Fried Chicken.
Well, I think that's the reason chickens do have a curvature of the spine.
Yes, they do. Wings.
It is, yes.
And people were a lot smaller then, so...
They were, you're right.
They weren't the size of a chicken. That's the way
I have found Richard III. Just a chicken carcass. Yeah, look. We didn't have to dig. One of the cars pulled out and it was just here. It was sitting there.
They think he killed the Princess in the Tower. They're not quite sure, but they think it was with a candlestick or the lead piping. That's one thing. And they think that now he was probably quite a good king, in fact. Don't they? He also said a horse, a kingdom for a horse.
I think he should be saying, the Force! My path for the Force! Skywalker! That is the greatest thing of everything in the world. Like, the Death Star will be quite operational.
There's a bit to be in Monkey. This.
Yeah.
I have given... like a Chinese Death Star. This Death Star a lot cheaper than the other Death Star. But it's not faster. What the hell is this? You cross my palm with my lightsaber. I tell you fortune.
We will deliver to Endor. Follow me.
You have to correct. I put down the force field so you can get in, innit?
Unlikely things to hear in a TV election debate.
The truth. Labour, ready! Tories, ready! Bring on the wall!
I think of this studio as a second home, which is why I'm claiming expenses for it.
And the lines have closed. Gordon, it could be you. David, it could be you. Nick, it's not going to be you.
We in the Tory party are going to give the north of England a huge boost, and then all the people can come out and lick the chocolate off it.
If you're elected, you'll raise taxes. If your mum's elected, she will. It's me who got you into this mess, and it's him that will get you out of it.
And at the end of that round, Gordon, you've scored no points.
I'm really very, very proud of my working-class roots. When I was growing up, we only had an outside toilet. Eventually, we got enough money to buy a house.
Cheryl, tonight you're going to be mentoring the Lib Dems.
Let me know, Pick. What's your real name?
How will we shorten waiting lists? Simple. By letting the weak die.
Messiah. And the Queen is a biscuit.
I am almost certain that was a floating voter.
Very good. The end of the round, the points go to Patrick, Hugh and Milton. Unlikely lines from a cosmetics commercial.
Are you an older woman struggling with her facial hair? Try Gillette, the best a nan can get.
Would you like lashes with more volume? Lashes!
You don't need lip liner or eyeliner with our new bin liner.
What goes into our true naked, infallible moisture, crushing nature, colour palette body moisturiser? A selection of random words that mean fuck all.
What's my secret for smooth skin? I'm 20.
Is your hair out of control? Do you wear wacky shirts? Well, hey, you're great just how you are.
You want fuller, rounder lips? I recommend a nut allergy.
Are you tired of missing out on the opportunities that your peers get? Try White Privilege Foundation.
Here comes the science. Global warming is real. None of this matters.
We in the German city of Cologne have a fragrance called Birmingham.
This apricot scrub removes the surface layers to leave you with the smoothest, most rejuvenated apricot you have ever seen.
And for one last time, it's me, the returning officer.
This product makes your eyelashes look really big by shrinking your eyeballs.
Want that football hooligan a broad look? Why not try oil of ole, 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 ole?
Sorry, has anyone seen The Returning Officer?
Any messages?
Our new powder gives you the confidence to hit the town. Cocaine!
Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of centre court at Wimbledon. But what does RBWF stand for?
Is it really boring watch football?
Regular bunch of white folk.
Is it? Russin' bussin' winner Federer.
Bussin' winning Federer.
What's that then?
What is that? Is that like
I think that's
Federer's
from
victory as a
Scooby-Doo.
as Captain Caveman commentating on...
Is it replace balls with fruit?
All right, let's move towards the correct answer if we can,
really
please.
both Williamses fellas?
Is it simply rich bastards watch final?
There's a touch of that, all right, yeah.
Excellent.
More tennis for the people.
For those, is it record-breaking Wimbledon final?
It is record-breaking Wimbledon final. Thank you very much. You'll watch it? Were you excited?
Do you know the most amazing thing about the final? Tim Henman commentating on the final. What does he know about it?
To be honest, none of us were interested. As soon as Murray got knocked out, we weren't bothered. And it was hilarious how fickle we were. We were like, come on, Andy, do it for Britain. Game, set, match, Roddick. You Scottish bastard! Straight away.
Andy Murray, I think, is, like, we've got to admit, is a brilliant British number one.
Yes.
We're not taking anything away from him, but let's not forget the British number two is actually Adrian Chiles. And the number three is just the concept of disappointment. For many years, there wasn't a British number one. It just started at two. Did you see the other British guys that got knocked out in the first round? Some of those guys turned up with snooker cues.
I mean, you're right, Frankie, because I, in fact, had 2 weeks at the David Lloyd Tennis Centre, and I'm now Britain's number 6.
It's not just Britain that's bad, though. What happened to the lesbians? They used to dominate Wimbledon. Where are they now?
Yeah.
Well, I really miss that smell of pipe smoke in the ladies' locker room.
What I like about Andy Murray, right, is he's, like, beyond Scottish. He's, like, almost translucent. He's like a living porridge. Sometimes the sun would strike him in a certain way and he'd cast a rainbow against the scoreboards. No wonder people couldn't beat him. They couldn't see him. It must have been like playing Predator or something.
If you watch Wimbledon, I loved it. It was really great because the cameramen this year were proper perverts.
Yeah.
Every time a point was played, they're like, right, let's have a look. She will do. Did you see there was one clip where this girl with massive tatty bojangles was literally
jumping up and down?
Yeah,
I saw that.
In slow motion going... And McEnroe actually said, God damn. Yeah. And it was literally the highlight.
I'm not to be honest, Mike, I watched that in high def, and in 1080, that was phenomenal.
They always cut to the beautiful wife or girlfriend in the box. They always do that. Now, looking back, I'd really tried at tennis and got to this level, and then I'd have gone out with the fattest pig I could have had and sat her up there. So they said, oh, Skinner playing really well, and there's his, oh, my God. Looks like he's given her a few backhanders.
We've been out to see at Patty Bojangles, or what are they called?
What's Tatty Bojangles? But the thing is, the best thing about...
You don't use that during love play, I hope.
I'm talking about my girlfriend.
It sounds like an imaginary friend a child would have who behaves inappropriately. Oh dear, Mr. Tatty Bojangles is here again. I'll never be able to get to sleep tonight.
Who spilled the milk on the floor? Patty Bojangles.
Anyways, the other great thing about the cameramen is some of the replays were outstanding because for some reason Wimbledon seemed to employ the oldest ladies they could to be line judges. So these poor women haven't got a chance of getting the way out of these 137 miles per hour serves. There was one old woman, you could literally see it just go whack and smack her in the face, and they replayed it. Just see this poor lady go... and all the... Get work, love. Well, I've got Spalding on my face, and no!
I love the screaming, you know, the screaming and the grunting. Actually, the neighbours asked me to keep it down.
In the final, they cut to a shot of Woody Allen and Soon G sitting in the crowd. And I was trying to read his lips, and it looked like he was saying, no, don't buy an ice cream. That just makes me look like a... Don't buy an ice cream. And will you stop calling me Dad?
Everybody was interested in when the roof closed, and I thought, that's not the exciting bit. The exciting bit is when the roof opens and the umpire's chair goes back and Thunderbird 1 takes off.
Well, that was the thing, wasn't it? They said the roof would stop moments like Cliff Richard singing because it was raining. You think, that's a lot of expense to go to stop Cliff Richard singing. You can get a gun in Brixton for 60 quid.
What I love about Wimbledon in general, it's the only sport that has its own fruit. You know, strawberries. Imagine doing that at Millwall. Lovely game. Guava?
What is the grunting about? I'd like to see them doing it in, like, the snooker or something.
Yeah.
OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear at a school assembly.
OK, today we're going to have a special outing. So, Miss Williams, if you'd like to tell everybody why you're a lesbian.
We welcome a new member of staff today. He has no arms and no legs and no body, and we will call him the Head.
Would whoever's milkshake is bringing all the boys to the yard, please stop it?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, boys and girls. I've just had a shit the size of a baby seal.
If you are found in possession of cocaine, you will be given 100 lines. No, wait.
And today in the after-school club, we're going to be using paper mache to make a mother that actually loves you enough to pick you up at 3 o'clock.
I'm delighted to say that during the summer holidays, Mr. Wang married Miss Kerr. His nickname will remain the same.
A wise man once said, boys and girls, that if you try your hardest, you can fulfil your dreams. Generally, that's true. Not for you, though, Tom. You can't read. So...
And today, everyone, we have a new boy. Now, for some reason, whatever reason, he's been to a lot of schools, so be kind to him. Will you please make your way to the front? Richard Poo Willie.
A word about registers. Most of the staff are on one.
So that is how you put on a condom. But, sir, shouldn't you have used a cucumber? Not with that E. coli kicking around.
Sorry I'm late. I just had a bit of a run-in with an interactive whiteboard. It told me to fuck off.
I've had all your mums.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a TV talent show.
Tonight, I'm going to be climbing a SIP ladder.
You're right. I can't sing. Thanks.
I'd like to dedicate this song to a friend of mine who was run over last week and is in hospital. The wheels of the bus go round, 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 round.
I've got an ability that no one on this planet has. That's Ant, that's Dec.
It was like Elvis was in the building. You're fat and there's a stench of death.
Well, Peter, it's not what everyone would call entertainment, but you are one hell of an assassin.
I thought you hit the high notes really, really well. Be interesting to see if you can still do that when I haven't got your nuts in a clamp.
Hello. Where's my double act partner? Oh, he's in here. Feeling nothing more than feeling. Trying to fall.
When you said you were going to ride a donkey...
Yes, I have been on the show before. I was once trapped in somebody else's underpants, going, feeling.
That was an exceptional performance, and the way that you have overcome your blindness is truly inspirational. But this is a chip shop, the X Factor audition.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're all terrible, OK? All of you, you're completely dreadful. I don't know what you're doing. Especially you, Hasselhoff. What have you done since Baywatch?
And as well as that, I can unzip the top of my head. It's where I keep my pyjamas.
I know you said you were a Gary Glitter tribute act, but we weren't expecting you to do that.
Unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
The Russians had Lemsip. The Americans had nightmares. This was the Cold War.
And it was in this humble forests that the War of the Roses began.
Guy Fawkes' bid to blow up the Houses of Parliament failed when he realised his body was made of jumpers and his head was an old football.
Tonight on Bruce Forsyth's History of Britain, Boadicea, Decea Bode!
Horatio Nelson, one arm, one eye. A tragic example of what can happen if you fall asleep and someone finds your organ donor card.
Welcome to Biggest Historical Boobs with me, Katie Price.
Tonight, I intend to find out exactly what did happen to Hitler's other ball. And my search begins right here in the Albert Hall.
And on Time Team tonight, we're in Stratford-on-Avon, where we've uncovered loads of monkey skeletons and some typewriters.
When Hitler started writing Mein Kampf, he intended it to be a light-hearted romp called Carry On Kampfing.
John F. Kennedy, Indira Gandhi, John Lennon. If history teaches us anything, it's that if you don't want your child assassinated, don't name them after an airport.
To be honest, I'm not interested in all this old nonsense, really, but since the end of Blackadder, the work's been fairly hard to come by.
It's hard to believe that this crumbling old ruin presented Weakest Link for as long as she did.
Of course, the Bronze Age was the third best age in history.
And now the documentary that every Channel 5 commissioner has dreamt of. Did Hitler sink the Titanic?
We've been digging in this field in Hampshire for 3 weeks, and we've found this one piece of crockery, which tells us we desperately need to get laid.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear over a tannoy.
We apologise to customers who have recently alighted at Northampton. I opened the wrong doors.
Could all the people shopping here at Asda please accept that you are piss poor?
Clean up required in the magazine aisle between loaded and nuts.
Would the parents of the lost child please pick him up from the meeting point? Madonna is trying to buy him.
I'd like to remind customers that our special offer this week is 100% off German bean sprouts.
If you would like to upgrade to first class, then you should have worked harder at school and got a better job.
Could the small boy holding the owl stop running at the wall between platforms 9 and 10?
Would the man on pump number 4 please remove the nozzle from the backside of the man on pump number 6?
Could the owner of the Ford Fiesta 1100 in the car park with the tinted windows and the go faster stripes sort your life out, mate, will you?
I can't remember what the code is. Would Mr. Fire please report to the kitchen? That's Mr. Out of Control Fire. Please report to the kitchen before it's too late. I don't want to start a panic.
The train now approaching platforms 3, 4 and 5 is the derailed 4 o'clock train from Swansea.
Would the owners of a black Jaguar please move it as it's attacking the customers?
This is your captain speaking. You can now turn on your mobile phones as you'll need to text your loved ones goodbye as we plummet into the sea.
Unlikely lines from a superhero film.
Worry not, Procrastination Man is here. Where is everybody? What's with all the blood?
Catwoman, what did I tell you about not shitting in next door's garden?
I am Big Society Man. I could do it for you, but I'd much rather you did it yourself.
Prepare to meet a new breed of sex-change superhero in the X-Men.
Yes, I do believe a man can fly, but only if he's carrying under 100 mils.
I am Parking Review Man. Where's my check?
Wow, Iron Man, how did you get all the creases out?
Just call the police.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Well, if you don't know that, what the hell are you doing in air traffic control?
What use is a spider's web against me, Duster Man and Hoover Boy?
Hello, I'm Batman Begins.
I'm sexist, I'm racist, and I drive like an arsehole. I am White Van Man.
Should I do?
Yeah.
You're doing it. This is part of it.
Oh, shit. Okay, the next topic is unlikely things for a continuity announcer to say.
And now, to upset children everywhere, it's Peppa Pig in pepper sauce.
Oh, God. Oh, God. And Nigella will be back at the same time next week.
Up next, Ryan Giggs appears on Footballers' Wives.
Next up on Channel 4, live from Switzerland, it's Come Die With Me.
And now for a special episode of Planet Earth, where 6 chimpanzees will watch David Attenborough have sex.
And now is the time I have to be extremely careful, because the next programme is about Roald Dahl, genius behind Willy Wanker's Choc Bollocks.
Next on the History Channel, World War II in colour. Look away if you don't want to know how it ends.
Just to clear up some confusion for our regular viewers, ITV 2+1 is not the same as ITV3.
First, though, there's a serial killer on the loose in Balamory.
If you've been affected by some of the issues in EastEnders, they must have been acting it better than they usually do.
And now, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares for the hard of hearing.
You're watching the Dignitas channel. For God's sake, don't press the red button.
Next up, it's Bargain Hunt, which is also rhyming slang for the bloke who presents it.
Right now, Kate Humble's in the lambing shed.
Oh. Unlikely agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, I have recently become obsessed with a woman and begun stalking her. Look out of the window.
My partner won't give me oral sex, which is really annoying, because that's the only reason I formed the coalition with him in the first place.
My wife says I don't feel anything, which is a problem. And there was something else. Oh, yes, I'm on fire.
I'm 26, my girlfriend's 36. Is 10 years too big an age gap? Because her daughter's 16, she's a right little soul.
I have recently met a woman who makes me feel young again. She's 167.
Dear Deirdre, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm fed up of Mickey Flanagan mocking my accent.
Dear Auntie, I'm a very, very nervous person, and sudden noises really startle me. In fact, even if I hear a buzzer, a bit of wee comes out.
My mates are all getting into drugs, but I don't know what to do. Should I charge them mates' rates or just normal prices?
Dear Deirdre, I am a control freak. What should I do? I'll tell you what I should do.
I am 96, but I'm convinced that young women fancy me. Do I have penile dementia?
I'll be been wanting to come and see you for a long time, but I can't get out of the chair.
I am a man trapped inside the body of a woman. Could you tell us, please, how to get out of position 43 of the Kama Sutra?
I work in the public sector, and I'm really worried about my pension.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at Wimbledon.
Well, at 2 sets down, let's see what he's got in his locker. He's not going to be there for about 20 minutes. I've got a crowbar.
Serena Williams has been seeded. You've got to admire the bravery of that bloke.
Hello, I'm Sue Barker. You may remember my father, Chew Barker.
Well, they say that the All England Club is a bit behind the times, and that's why this small boy has just had his hand chopped off for stealing a strawberry.
I am a tennis umpire and gay, and it wasn't easy to come out.
What a fantastic slice, but I do think the All England Club will insist she wears knickers again next year.
Fuck off, Tim!
Well, how did the umpire get up there? I think he must have used the set bladder.
Of course, this year the British players play a lot better. If we look at this graph, we see huge biceps and an angry... Sorry, Steffi, wrong graph.
And for any of our Scottish viewers, what you can see there in that glass of Pimm's is fruit.
Andy Murray here. Andy Murray not being able to make it here today, but we do have his cab driver on the other line. Can you tell us what's occurred? I can't get out of the chair!
And the mound has taken a real pounding in the last fortnight. I think the All England Club are fine with it as long as it doesn't affect her tennis.
Unlikely questions from this year's exams.
Discuss the metaphysical meaning of the following poem. My friend Billy has a 10-foot willy.
Would you like this exam to be A, multiple choice, or not?
The Bronte sisters. Shag, marry, push off a cliff.
Discuss the following. The Nazis got all their ideas from the History Channel.
Who was the chap in the A team who would not get on the aeroplane? Was it A, B, or B, A?
If a bank loses £60 billion in a 6-month period, using numbers that you've plucked out of thin air, work out what the chief executive's bonus will be.
Napoleon, a small man or a long way away?
Quantify n in terms of q when q is a positive integer that dissects a parabolic curve.
How's your lucky pencil case now?
What's the name of that round thing that they throw in the Olympics? Discuss.
Poetry.
Is it all a bit gay?
Draw a diagram of the genitalia of the male elephant. Use all 30 sheets of paper provided.
Biology. Without singing, what is the knee bone connected to?
Explain the use of juxtaposition in Macbeth. Alternatively, write down everything you know about Macbeth in a blind panic because you've got no idea what the word juxtaposition is.
Drama. Question 1. What was it that first made you want to become a waiter?
What is your PIN number?
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to read on a motorway sign.
For Middlesbrough, take the exit marked hell and then lose the will to live.
Accident. You were one. Love, Mum and Dad.
When lights flash, dogging is about to start.
There may be trouble ahead. Prepare to face music and dance.
You are now 200 metres beyond the junction that your piece of shit sat-nav is telling you you're approaching now.
For those of you looking for more safety tips, text now.
Beware, giant scissors coming towards you along the dotted lines.
Turn on lights in tunnel. They're on the right, just above the entrance.
Turn off the sat-nav. Use the force, Luke.
The North, where the men are real men, and so are quite a lot of the women.
If you can taste this sign, it means you've crashed into it.
Throw banana skin behind car now. Super Mario and Diddy Kong approaching from rear.
There was a young man from Preston who tried to drive to Heston. The sign wouldn't rhyme and he ploughed into the back of a juggernaut.
Pick us up a pint of milk, Tell. Thanks, Trace.
OK, the first subject tonight is unlikely lines to hear in an episode of Doctor Who.
Between series, I paint the TARDIS red and sell coffee.
Yes, Doctor. I am your arch nemesis. You may also recognise me as Giuseppe DeMarco from EastEnders. And my many walk-on parts in Casualty as Wounded Man.
Looks like we've materialised in the 19th century. Oh no, it's Glasgow 2007.
This is not a waste of time. You are a Time Lord. Have you ever given money to the Labour Party?
I'm here to save the Earth, but as a doctor, I won't be working evenings or weekends.
K9, stop humping the toaster.
Welcome to my Dalek poetry reading. This one is called Daffodils. Exterminate daffodils!
Around called Headliners. Here's a picture from this week's Lib Dem conference, but what does CDCR stand for?
Is it Clegg's dandruff causes riot?
Is it Clegg demands cardboard rain?
Is it Cameron dies, Clegg rejoices?
Is it Clegg displays currency remaining?
because they're in Liverpool? Is it, in fact, calm down, calm right down?
Is it Celine Dion combusts reaction?
I'm going to go for Clegg, David Cameron's Rent Boy.
Small amount of skirting around the issue which Kevin has cut through quite dramatically.
Is it Cranberry's definite cystitis remedy?
Why would they use that photograph? I don't understand. How bad was Clegg's cystitis before that?
I don't know, but it must have been pretty bad. I mean...
I've got it, Dara.
Yeah.
Is it conference disco concludes with river dance?
No, what is the correct answer?
Is it Clegg defends coalition rule?
Indeed it does. Well done. Thank you very much. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Clegg defends coalition role. This is the news that the Lib Dem leader Nick Clegg has faced criticism at the Lib Dem conference from party activists who are plagued by self-doubt and anxious about the party's future. But he's defended his role in the coalition and told party members to hold their nerve. How have the Lib Dem party members been reacting?
Oh, they're furious. They've been shaving their bibs off and wearing their sandals without their socks, and they've been writing Clegg is a traitor on the wall of the conference centre in their own hummus.
Actually, it's not how the Liberals have reacted, it's how the Conservatives have reacted. They've been watching the television all week thinking, why the work-experienced people got their own conference? That's the... It's not actually going terribly well for the Lib Dems, because Clegg's poll ratings now show that he is more popular with the opposition than with his own side, which makes him the Robert Greene of politics.
There's a party activist described him as a mini-me conservative when he went to it. And another party stalwart said, I would trust you with my life, but can I trust you with my party? It's a rather screwed-up sense of priorities, to be honest. It's only Lib Dems at the end of the day, you know?
But apparently it's half their support has gone, hasn't it? And they're all saying it's because they've supported these spending cuts. They're basically talking that they're spending, you know, cutting too quickly and will now go into this double-dip recession. And you're thinking, double dip? You know, that is a term that is only ever used by economists and greedy people with nachos.
If they support are losing, surely that's just people who came to them from Labour anyway, thinking, well, if I vote for them, I'm practically voting for Labour. So it's a very clever, tactical... What? No, wait, no! My master plan! Don't go to the... You're not allowed to... Oh, you are allowed to do that.
What's amazed me is that Nick Clegg seems to be soaking up, even though he's becoming ever more unpopular. How broken do you have to be by your former unpopularity to savour any attention, even if it's negative? That's like a fat, ugly girl being sexually assaulted behind a Lidl and then coming out and going, it's just nice to get the attention.
That is the chair Frankie sat in, isn't it?
It is. I've literally never had those thoughts before.
You're like a whimsical comedian, aren't you?
They were saying that Cameron was actually going to turn up at the conference as a sign of, you know, support. And then they realised that might be a bad idea. You know, Cameron turning up at the Liberal Democrat conference is a bit like Leona Lewis showing up at the Mobos with Nick Griffin. It's not really going to cut it.
I like the idea of lots of Tories sneaking into the convention and going, well, we're in a coalition now, we might as well take some tuck along and have a day out. And then hear him talk about rescuing the poor and start heckling with quail's eggs. Take that, you Liberal. Have a tomato, that sunglass, you wanker. Take that.
And the first subject is relationships. Ellie.
So I've got quite a close relationship with my sister, and she's got my little nephew, Henry, who is a prick. No, he is. Don't take his side. You haven't met him. Because before he came along, I was the youngest in the family. I was the baby of the family, which we all know is the socially acceptable way for saying favourite. A role I was born to play until my sister, Slaggy McSlaggerson, got herself knocked up by some dude she had barely been married to for 6 years. Suddenly, it was all about her and the baby within. Now, initially, naively, I did actually get quite excited about the pregnancy, because I think, especially from, like, a female point of view, you wouldn't be human if you didn't get excited about your sister putting on a lot of weight. Had a lot of fun with that. We did. I changed her ringtone to the sound of a large lorry reversing. Just sisterly banter, really. But the banter stopped when the baby came, because suddenly it was all about him. No one paid me any attention anymore. Like, I don't know if you've ever had, like, sort of a family dinner with a small child around. It's a nightmare. There's food being thrown, there's shit everywhere, there's tits hanging out. You name it, I tried it, still nothing. Thank you.
Okay, very good. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been given us. Spin the wheel. And the topic is entertainment.
I'm reading a book at the moment. It's called The Anticlimax. The first part is good. I see Rihanna had to cancel a concert because she got salmonella. Ella. I also see that down by the Thames they're making another wheel, this time dedicated to Mary Poppins, called the London Diddle-Diddle-Diddle-Diddle-I. My grandmother, she got her scarf caught in one of those Ferris wheels, but she did regain consciousness. After all, what goes around... I was in a nativity play once. I was the man who scares the children because he comes into the hall on the wrong day to play badminton. Lionel Richie says hello, by the way. The other day, I saw a sheep pole dancing in a kebab shop.
Thank you very, very much, OK. Getting that round the point. Go. Who has been spied on this week?
Europe. Spied on Europe.
Yeah.
It put a bug... It all sounded very high-tech until they mentioned they'd put a bug in the fax machine.
Yeah.
Like, are they still using fax machines?
The only message that you're going to get on a fax machine these days is the message, hello, is anybody else out there who still has a fax machine?
Hello, I'm trapped in a fax machine factory. Could you please send help? The only contact I can make is by in the back. It's apparently spying on the EU, and like you kind of go, you can understand the EU. It's causing some tension now because the EU would be going, OK, you're spying on Russia. We get that there's like a thing, but like. Dude, like, come on, like, we're on your side, for Christ's sake.
Bad manners spying on friends, isn't it? It's like when you invite somebody to come round and spend the night in the spare bedroom and you put a webcam in there. It's not right, is it? I mean, obviously, we've all done it. We've all done it. It's not right.
I've not enjoyed watching those tapes.
They're actually bugging the Italian embassy. You think, what is the point of that? Nothing is going to embarrass the Italians. Their ex-Prime Minister had bunga parties in his own home, and he was the one who was telling everybody about them.
They probably just found the camera and said, "A camera! Bunga
It must also be, you know, spying on the European Union must be the most disappointing assignment for any spy or secret agent, isn't it? 007, your mission is to find the agricultural production figures for the fiscal year of 2015. Just remember, nothing depends on it.
And the first subject is relationships. Ellie.
So I've got quite a close relationship with my sister, and she's got my little nephew, Henry, who is a prick. No, he is. Don't take his side. You haven't met him. Because before he came along, I was the youngest in the family. I was the baby of the family, which we all know is the socially acceptable way for saying favourite. A role I was born to play until my sister, Slaggy McSlaggerson, got herself knocked up by some dude she had barely been married to for 6 years. Suddenly, it was all about her and the baby within. Now, initially, naively, I did actually get quite excited about the pregnancy, because I think, especially from, like, a female point of view, you wouldn't be human if you didn't get excited about your sister putting on a lot of weight. Had a lot of fun with that. We did. I changed her ringtone to the sound of a large lorry reversing. Just sisterly banter, really. But the banter stopped when the baby came, because suddenly it was all about him. No one paid me any attention anymore. Like, I don't know if you've ever had, like, sort of a family dinner with a small child around. It's a nightmare. There's food being thrown, there's shit everywhere, there's tits hanging out. You name it, I tried it, still nothing. Thank you.
Very good.
Things you didn't hear at the Olympics.
And that's a world record from Usain Bolt, 9.5 in one night.
Let's see what's happening in the velodrome. Yep, cycling.
Oh, you won a gold. Oh, well done. What in? Canoeing? Oh, get a life, mate.
I've just come out of the diving pool. Look at the colour of my legs.
Look at that masterful control of his javelin. He really is the best streaker we've had all year. Well, this is the pommel horse, and that plaintive neigh is the horse they are pommelling.
Time for the next fight now. He floats like a butterfly, he stings like a bee. He's got a black belt, he's got 5 black belts. OK, he's a wasp.
And if you'd like to enjoy our coverage of the dressage, we recommend MDMA.
And his penis has slapped the top of the bar. That is a straight ban from Wetherspoons.
The allegations of drug use have been strenuously denied by the new Russian Minister for Doping, Keith Vaz.
We were afraid the Chinese were going to use doping, and here she is. What a fantastic athlete. Doping!
Breaking news, Ryan Lochte has tested positive for being a twat.
And Oscar Pistorius has jumped the gun, and for that he'll only get 6 years.
Well, a nearly perfect execution there, but not quite as perfect as the one he'll receive when he returns to North Korea.
You join me live at the All Dancing. Fucking state of it.
At the end of that, the point's going to run at Stuart Netton.
Hello, Canterbury, let's make some fucking noise!
Well, the locals here on the Shetland Isles have given us a tremendous welcome. Today we have our act of worship, and tomorrow they're burning me in a wicker man.
They call him G.O.D. and he the Big Daddy. He look like me, but he more beardy.
Hello, I'm Sister Margaret, and I'm an alcoholic.
The parishioners will now go forward to receive communion, if they can get past Atlas and Predator.
Christians in one corner, Muslims in the other. Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, the goat is strapped to the altar, so let's begin.
That was beautiful. Such a shame there's no one actually up there to have heard it.
And we appear to have a streaker. No, one of the altar boys has escaped from the vestry.
If you're enjoying this, why not turn over to BBC Three, where you can enjoy Songs of Praise uncut.
Well, now, choir of the week. They're not the Von Trapp family, but they were the Trapp family. It's the Fritzels from Austria!
The next reading is from St Paul's first letter to Jimmel Fixit.
At the end of that round, the points go to Frankie, Hugh and Ed.
This is the news that IPSA review body has proposed a rise in MPs' pay to around £74,000 a year, an increase of 9% on their current salary of around £66,000. Should they get a pay rise?
No.
Why?
Well, because it's easy for me to score points with the audience by saying no.
OK.
£8 hardly enough to put a secret love child through private school.
But it's not like football, is it? In football, you have to stop other countries nicking your best players. It's not like other governments are trying to nick our politicians, is it? Cameron's going to be out like, I've said no to Spain, they can't have Gove. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to buy him.
I feel quite sorry for MPs, because people all think that all MPs are money-grabbing bastards. But they're not all money-grabbing.
Ed Miliband has said that he's going to stop any Labour MPs having a second job by the next election. But, of course, by then, a lot of them won't have a first job, will they?
They get 15 quid a day food allowance for lunch.
Yes, they do. And
that's like free Subway sandwiches. That's free footlongs. That's 36-inch of sandwich. That is too much for anyone. You can wear it as a belt.
George Osborne looks like he could take 36 inches.
I don't think the voucher is exclusively for Subway.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah. So it's just like, this is only redeemable at the Parliament Subway. And the queue is really long. This is one Subway guy making the
It's the travel stuff, right? They're being restricted on taxis. They're not going to be allowed to use taxis anymore. Not going to be allowed to use taxis. Where are Tory MPs going to get their ideas if they're not allowed to take taxis?
David Cameron is so basically like a taxi driver. I'm surprised he doesn't stand with his back to the dispatch box going, I'll tell you the country's problem. It's immigration. That's the problem with this country.
They never have proper second jobs, do they? It's always like a posh sort of business role. It's never just like... Because I used to work in a market and in a pub. Do you know what I mean? Like, my dad used to be a carpet fitter and on the dole. Do you know what I mean? They've always got posh...
And it's crime. Away you go.
So, I had my cheese grater stolen. I got burgled, not for the cheese grater. When you get burgled, everyone says the same thing to you. Everyone says, oh, tell you what the worst thing about being burgled is? It's knowing that a stranger's been through your things. You go, no. It's not the worst thing about being burgled, is knowing a stranger has my things. If they had just been browsing, I wouldn't have given a shit. Offer me two options. One, come home, my laptop is gone. Or two, come home, find a stranger in my room going, well, I like this T-shirt, but have you got it in a large? I thought my dad had said I've been burgled. He said, we know why you've been burgled and we haven't. It's because we're in the neighbourhood watch. said, no, it isn't. It's because you live in Devon. A small village in the middle of nothing, but mile upon mile of moorland. I mean, no one's going to burgle you, because whatever they took, it wouldn't cover their petrol money. From what I can tell, the only proactive thing the Neighbourhood Watch does is once a month they have a meeting. All that does, it tells burglars for one night out of every 30. All houses are empty and unwatched. There's this paranoia about crime back in Devon, where I'm from. Went back recently, went into the local co-op, and it's a tiny co-op in a tiny village. But I went up to desk, and there was a sign that said, did you know we now do legal advice? And obviously my first reaction was, no. And to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised you did sugar puffs. So... Why is the co-op now doing legal advice? Just too many people coming in going, I'll have 10 silk cut, a Viennetta, and I've killed a man.
Well done, very good. Well,